Hi everyone, and thank you so much for joining us today. It's really great to have the chance to chat with you about something that I'm genuinely excited about, and that's the CCA Excellence Awards. Now, rather than just keep the camera on me the whole time, I've pulled together a short set of slides. That way you've got something to look at as we go, and hopefully it'll make things a bit more engaging. Now, over the next little while, I'll give you a quick tour of what the awards are all about, why they matter, the different categories that you can enter, and how the process works from start to finish. I'll also share some practical hints and tips to help you put together a really strong submission, and then we'll look ahead to the big celebration at the gala dinner in Glasgow. For those of you new to CCA, we're the UK's leading authority for customer service and experience, and we support organisations through research, accreditation, leadership forums and recognition programmes, all designed to help leaders and teams deliver world-class service. One of the highlights of what we do is, as we said, the Excellence Awards. Now, they've been running for more than 20 years, and during that time, we've celebrated the amazing work of hundreds of organisations and individuals across customer service and customer experience. It's always such a huge privilege to shine a light on the brilliant people and teams in our industry. What makes these awards really special is that they're judged by your peers, independent experts who understand the challenges and the opportunities that you face every day. Everything is based on evidence and merit, so when you win, you know it's because you truly stand out. So before we get into the detail, here's a quick overview of what we'll cover today. We'll start by looking at the award categories for 2026, including some new ones that we've got planned. Then I'll share some hints and tips on how to prepare a really strong submission. And this is hints and tips that we've gathered over the years from various judges. From there, I'll walk you through the judging process so that you know exactly what to expect at each stage. We'll also cover the practical side, so the costs, the timelines and the key dates for your diary. And then finally, I'll finish by highlighting the help and the support that's available to you throughout the process. So one of the things that people often ask us is, what's it actually like to enter the CCA Awards? So let me walk you through it step by step. So the first step really is to look at the list of categories and decide where your achievements fit best. You don't have to limit yourself to just one. So lots of organisations enter across multiple categories if they've got a great story to share. Now, if you're unsure, that's where Katie and myself can help guide you, and the rest of the CCA team. All application forms can be accessed through the CCA website, so that's cca-global.com. There's an online form. You select the categories that you're most interested in, and then you'll receive an automated link with a unique link to each of those requested forms. Now, that link also includes details of the criteria and the structure for your submission. So lots of members actually build their submissions in a Word doc. So they'll do a cut and paste of the application form, and then they upload it onto the portal once it's been agreed and signed off, and then add it into the awards portal before finally submitting. You can also build your submission as you go. So when you start the kind of application process, you can go in, view complete different paragraphs, different sections, upload that, save, and then you can keep going back into it until you're finally happy with the end-to-end submission. Now, the awards themselves split into 3 specific categories. There are 28 awards in total to choose from, if I've counted them correctly. For each individual and team award category, the word count for each submission is 1,500 words. For the organisational entries, the word count is 2,000. Now, we do make an allowance to go if you do go slightly over, and I think the allowance is between 5 and 10%. So it's really up to the judge who's actually reviewing your submission whether they will penalise your entry if you go beyond that. So So I would really take note of the specific word count for each category. In terms of what's new for 2026, in the team category, we've introduced Back Office Team of the Year and Complaints Team of the Year, really just to make sure that the whole spectrum of customer service excellence is being recognised, not just the front line. So with back office functions like processing, admin, support, they're often invisible to customers, but they're absolutely vital to delivering a seamless service. It also gives teams who really get the spotlight the chance to be celebrated, boosting morale and engagement. And then for the Complaints Team of the Year, handling complaints is a true test of customer experience excellence. And this category really acknowledges the teams that manage complaints and highlights the importance of restoring confidence and learning from customer feedback. And then under the organisation categories, we've got best use of customer insight and MI. So that's about recognising organisations that turn data into action, using the insight to drive meaningful improvements in customer experience. We have excellence in ESG, so environmental, social and governance. That celebrates organisations that are embedding sustainability, social responsibility and strong governance into how they serve customers and communities. And then finally, outstanding learning and development programme. So this is about organisations that are really investing in building skills and capability for a workforce that's equipped to deliver service excellence now and also in the future. Now, really, across those 28 different categories, there's something here for every type of achievement, whether that's entering as an individual, as a team, or as a wider business initiative. So once you've chosen your category, this is really your chance to tell your story. So we ask you to outline the context, the challenges that you've perhaps faced, what you did about it, and the results that you've achieved. Excuse me. So maybe think of it as a case study, but it's backed up with lots of evidence. So whether that's performance metrics, customer feedback, testimonials from colleagues. Now, it doesn't have to be this big glossy production. What matters most is the clarity and the honesty and showcasing the difference that you've made or this person or team has made. Now, over the years, we've gathered, as I mentioned earlier on, we've gathered some great ideas and tips from the judging panel. And I thought at this point, it would maybe be useful to share some of them with you today. So for the first hint of the day, I think we can all be guilty of brushing off some of the incredible things that we do. And we just say, oh, it's just part of my day job. It's just something that I have to do. But if you do take a step back and really think about the difference that your work has made. So did you solve a customer problem in a new way? Did your team overcome a tough challenge? Did you achieve results faster or with fewer resources? Whatever it might be, these are the kinds of stories that judges really want to see. You don't have to enter every category. Focus on the ones where you can shine the brightest. So where you have a really, really great story. If your team has nailed innovation, go for that. If you've built an amazing culture of learning, consider the training and development categories. Really think carefully about what you're most proud of and let that guide your choice. And then once you've chosen the right category, your entry should read like a story, not just a list of bullet points. So set the scene. What challenges were you facing? What did you decide to do about it? And most importantly, what difference did it make for customers, employees, or the wider business? Bring your results to life with numbers, with quotes, or maybe some examples. The more real it feels, the stronger your submission will be. And then for those of you that have maybe entered CCA Excellence Awards before, don't ignore the feedback that you received on your previous submissions, because that can really be so helpful. Judges often tell us that the best entries are the ones where people have clearly learned and improved year after year. So show that you've taken advice on board and built on your previous efforts. If you need us to send you the kind of feedback reports from previous years, then get in touch with Katie and she'll try and look them out for you. And then if you do make it to the shortlist, that's your chance to shine even brighter. So treat the judging session like a conversation. It's absolutely not a test. It's about being enthusiastic, bringing your energy and letting that passion come through for what you do. Judges love seeing the people that sit behind the work. So be proud and confident and ready to expand on your story. And of course, don't feel like you've got to do everything on your own. Involve your team when putting that entry together. Often they'll remember details that you've maybe forgotten. And of course, you've got Katie and I here at the CCA to help if you're stuck. And a quick call or an email can honestly make the process so much easier. There was one judge previously who, when they had drafted out their final submission, they would give it the mum test. And they would actually hand it to their mum and say, right, mum, can you read that? Does it make sense? Because I think sometimes we get caught up a wee bit in the jargon within our own teams or our own organisations. And that's okay for you, but is anyone external to your organisation going to understand that? So, and yes, that's just really my last point here. Keep it clear and keep it simple. We're all busy people, and that includes the judges. And, there's a potential that they might be reading dozens of entries. So as much as possible, try and make it easy to follow. Keep the sentences clear and just try and stay away from that jargon. So when we move on to the judging process itself, all submissions are reviewed by 3 independent judges, each scoring entries online against a common matrix. And the judges also provide written feedback for entrants, as I mentioned previously. And if you're shortlisted, they also add in additional notes for the next level of judging. At this stage, everything is completely anonymised to keep the process fair. Importantly, all judges are senior industry peers. There's no suppliers or contractors or consultants involved in the process. So you can be confident that it is true peer recognition. And I think that's something that actually sets CCA Excellence Awards apart from others in the industry. Based on the combined scores, we then create a shortlist. And if you make it through, congratulations, honestly, you should be celebrating. And then you'll also be invited to take part in the second stage of judging. Now, even if you don't get shortlisted, you'll still receive that detailed written feedback from the judges to help with those future submissions. The process is rigorous. Each submission is scored by 3 judges. It's fair and transparent, independent reviews, anonymised at the first stage, and peer feedback. It's constructive input from judges, and that really helps every entrant to learn and grow. Shortlisted entrants are then invited to present to a panel of judges. Now, this is done online. It'll either be a Teams or a Zoom session that we'll set up. And this stage is really designed as a conversation rather than a test or an interrogation. It's your chance to bring your story to life and to expand on some of the points within your entry and highlight what you're most proud of. It's also an interactive session. Judges want to explore your approach in more detail, maybe share reflections, and they'll often comment on what they've learned from you. I mean, that's a huge benefit actually of being a judge. And many of them say that it's their favourite part of the process because it's about connecting with the people behind the achievements, and it's not just looking at those submissions in a paper-based way. And that's just a wee point to add in there. If you are a member of CCA and you would be interested in taking part in the judging panel, then please feel free to drop me a note. We're always looking for new judges. And yes, I'd love to hear from you on that. And then once the judging is complete, all the scores are calibrated and verified, and the results are kept strictly under wraps until the big reveal at the gala dinner in Glasgow. And it really is a case of whichever submission scores the highest results in the winner. At the gala dinner, this moment is about more than announcing winners. It's about celebrating the journey that every entrant has taken, reflecting on the achievements, receiving the peer feedback, and raising the bar for customer service together. And on the night, we celebrate not just with the winners, but all of the individuals and organisations who have contributed, who've taken part in the process. The awards showcase the very best of our industry, recognising excellence and sharing inspiration and reminding us of the impact that great service has on customers and communities. So in terms of the practicalities around it, entries are open to both members and non-members. There's a fee structure. Members get discounted prices, and platinum members receive some free entries. Every entrant gets a detailed feedback report from the judges, which, as I mentioned previously, is hugely valuable for future improvement. The deadline for entries is the 28th of November. The shortlist is due to be announced mid-January, and of course the big celebration at the gala dinner will be in Glasgow on the 23rd of April 2026. We will most likely announce the entertainment for the gala dinner in early January, February time. Now, we know the process can feel very daunting, so you're absolutely not on your own. Katie White is our programme manager. She's here to support you at every stage, as am I. If you're unsure about a category or how to frame your submission, please reach out to either one of us. And I think the most important thing is to be proud. Even the fact that you are considering entering means that you must believe in something that you're doing that deserves to be recognised. These awards are about celebrating the brilliance in our industry, and that includes you. So please don't hold back, share your successes, and give the work that you're doing and the people in your teams the spotlight that they probably so very much deserve. So I do hope to meet you in Glasgow, see you at the gala dinner in April next year. And as I said, if anyone has any questions, would like any support around the process in any way, please don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you for listening today, and the very best of luck with your submissions.